Hey, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for being here, and so sorry about the late upload and about this video being way later than it needed to be. I had so many intentions of this video going out way sooner. It didn't happen, obviously, and I don't like that it didn't, but unfortunately it was just kind of the way everything's been going recently. But all that to say, we are on the boat, obviously, and this is Haiti. Now, I told you guys this video is going to be much more stop based, and that is what we are. This was the gangway to get back, or to get on and off the island. So let me give you a little bit of background. So Haiti had quite a bit of gang activity in the last, I don't know, a little while. Specifically, it's been pretty bad. So this is a resort that is owned fully by Royal Caribbean, or at least by the cruise lines. I'm not sure if they all share it or how that works, but it is at very minimum owned by a cruise line. So it is a locked and armed guarded actual resort. So there are people that obviously work there and stuff as well. So that is where we were. So it was definitely a safe area. This was right when you walked in. This is the walk back, or the walk further. I wanted to kind of go back a little bit and show you where the full walk up was. This concrete or asphalt or whatever this ground here was so hot. By the time we came back, it was cooking my feet. I wear flip-flops pretty much everywhere I go, and my feet were cooking. They were cooking. Oh my goodness, it was 1,000 degrees. So because I just thought look, there's the anchors, and I just thought this was a cool video, kind of a nice visual. But yeah, so I will say some of these video clips are a little out of order. I'll try and give you the most detail as I possibly can, but they are definitely not the most in order thing ever. And it was just because that's kind of how I filmed them, just all over the place and very jumbled, and I filmed kind of what I could, but it was kind of I was trying to live in the moment. So there you go. So yeah, like I said, this is a blocked off resort, so I'm not really sure where it ended, except I know we went to the back of the resort, and the back corner, and there were lodges. There were lodging basically, and there were the people that lived there, but there were also these trails, these nature trails that were along the entrance, and all they did was lead to other parts of the resort. They didn't go outside of it, which was pretty cool. It was beautiful. Haiti was gorgeous, and obviously and the people were super sweet. And I'm gonna say, with the I don't know, the disclaimer of we only obviously went to the part of it that we could go to. The one thing about this being on a resort is you don't have a choice. So it is kind of all or nothing. You can't really get off the resort. All of the excursions and stuff were all resort based and stuff like that, so you really couldn't do anything else. You had to stay on the resort, which is a safety thing, obviously, but still pretty cool. But yeah, this was gorgeous. I also there were clips that I was well, I'll cut them or I'll move them, but they were just look at the views. We could talk about anything if you just see the views. The views are gorgeous. So I left it like this. Sorry. Also, one little cool thing is that little hangover right there, that little circle. That is a hot tub, and there's one on either side, and it's a closed-in hot tub thing. Really cool. I didn't go in it, but it's really cool. So this was just a lot of fun, and we just kind of walked around and looked at the views. And I will say, this part of the experience, I definitely spent more time making sure the footage looked nice. That's why you see me panning and stuff, and I was definitely still learning the camera. I feel I was a little bit better by the time we finished, I hope. footage look nice, but this was such a pretty little lookout area. It was gorgeous. So they had a market, and I didn't film inside the market because the market was just really chaotic, but you literally could take this like tram thing, and you'll see us on that here in a minute, to go to all the different places on the resort. It was actually a really large resort. I was really like impressed. When you say resort, normally I kind of think it's going to be relatively small, but it was actually pretty big, so that was pretty good. And a lot of it, like most of these islands, has like sand everywhere, which I love when I'm in flip-flops. Love a good sandy moment. Now we're on that little thing I was telling you about. We're on this multiple times throughout the trip, so like I'm probably gonna be like a bunch of different like places, but yeah, this is, oh gosh, it's so pretty. The guy in front of me was filming too, which made me feel a lot less awkward about it, which was nice. I think, getting stronger about filming outside. I don't feel as awkward about it, which is honestly refreshing. I knew if I did it enough, I would get over it. And I filmed a lot with 12 other people around me, so I feel like if I can do that, I can do anything. Because the people that are gonna make fun of me the most are gonna be my family. I don't know if your family's like that, but mine is. So, and there was like a zip line. Like I was saying, all of the excursions for Haiti were on the resort. So there was like a zip line. There was like an alpine coaster. There was you could rent like beachfront stuff. So it was just a lot of like really cool excursion opportunities. That's the Barefoot Beach right there. We actually wound up passing that a couple of times, which is pretty cool. I also loved this thing, and fun fact, didn't really get that sunburn this trip, which if you know me at all, I get sunburn everywhere I go. So I've been on 2 outdoor things, not this trip, and I went to another outdoor thing very recently and didn't get sunburn, and other people around me got sunburn. You guys, like, what is going on? I'm living this. I'm loving it. It's amazing. I feel like I'm unstoppable. Watch me get burned now. I honestly cannot tell if this is going or coming. There were like 4 or 5 stops on this, so I don't really remember where we are. This might be on the way to the market, or maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, so they all are pulled by like little tractors, or like tractor situations, and then that's exactly one right in front of you. That's it right there. And they're like little carts, and you get in. It's like a golf cart kind of deal. It's pretty cool. I liked it. That's the market right here. So on your right of the video, or the screen here, that's the market. It was pretty, I would say it was pretty busy, but it was really busy when we went up there the first time. This is, I think, us going by it the second time. And so that's like the other side. So that's like the ocean. There was like a splash pad, stuff like that. That's me. Good God, that's embarrassing. It was really, really pretty. I was expecting to have a good time, but I had a much better time than I thought I would, which is really cool, because I thought it was gonna be, when they said it was gonna be like a resort, I thought it was gonna be like a really kind of like basic resort, or like something where there's not a whole lot to do, but like I got in the water and everything. I also did not intentionally film these people for this long. It was just kind of something that happened. I think a lot of times I get distracted. It's my ADHD bad, and I get distracted and wind up filming people way more than I mean to. So there you go. Also, I wore black in Haitian weather, which is hot and humid and very, very UV heavy. It is very, very hot. And everybody around me got sunburned. So I guess maybe you do wear black. I don't know. So yeah, that's like the ocean. There was also food set up under, I think it was it that? No, there was another one out there. There was food set up under it, so that was pretty cool. The beach, like the water, I hope I filmed the water. I was scared to take my camera out into the water with me, even though I didn't go like in. I just went like like knees deep because I was in shorts, but it was so comfy. There's the zip line in the back. You see people zip lining and stuff. That was really cool. It was like a zip line course. It was really, really awesome. I'm also so blown away by the camera footage from this camera. It is just so good quality. Like, even if you zoom, it's not like crazy, which I love. So yeah, I told you we're back to the market again. I went on this thing forever and a day. Like, I was on this thing for so long. Alright, you're probably gonna notice I am still on it, but this time we went further down, which was pretty cool. And this was like way further down on the island. There was a map. I wish I would have stopped on that map, but basically you can see the length of the entire, like, the way the resort is set up. But it was really cool. There were like 4 or 5 of these stops. I'm not gonna bore you with all of the footage from this because there is so much. I've cut so much footage already from this day. I did wind up like definitely over filming, which I would honestly rather have than under filming. I've definitely done trips where I've under filmed so bad and I've regretted it, so much better over filming than under. I honestly, like, I would say all in all, this trip, like, after it now being about 2.5, 3 weeks since I've been back, this trip was so fun. Like, it was an adventure for sure, and it was definitely more than I bit off more than I could chew for sure, but it was a lot of fun. I look forward to it. So this is on the way back. That is where the food was. I'm almost positive. I am a little disoriented, I'm not gonna lie. But it was, look how pretty this is. Are we kidding? Like, this is gorgeous. This is like dream stuff right here. And like, I feel like everywhere we went was like this. There is the map, so you see how big the resort is. That resort is large, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty large. But, and I think that was a big part of it. Like, they've definitely arranged it so you could do a lot of stuff. And we obviously weren't staying there, so like, you could, I'm sure there was definitely a corner where you had like hotels and all that kind of stuff, because I'm assuming that's the kind of resort as well, like you could actually stay in. Saying that though, I'm not totally sure that's true, just because there was like nobody there that wasn't on the boat. And by that I mean, like, you didn't see people, like staff, except for like these people, the people that are driving and like stuff like that. Other than that, you didn't see staff except for people who were a part of the crew on the boat. So I kind of was wondering about them. But look, there's like beach volleyball and all this stuff, and there were like all these little rafts and stuff. Really, really cool. The views were gorgeous. The beach was gorgeous. I kind of wish I'd have filmed more of us, like, me on the actual beach, but I was so concerned about my camera, like, getting sand and salt in it, which it did, and I have to, like, I actually still need to do that. I need to, like, air blast it clean, because there's sand and salt all over it. But there were so many cute little places. We walked around out here for, like, several hours. I would say we were out here for multiple hours, probably like 4 or 5 hours. There are a lot of times on these trips where like we don't spend that much time on like the island. The video prior I showed you was on the island for like 15 minutes because that's how long we were there. And like, this is definitely condensed a full day down into like a little bit of time, which is pretty cool. So I'm just kind of showing you the island, which are the resort part of the island, which is just gorgeous. Like, I do love a good tropical moment, and that is what this felt like, a beautiful tropical moment, and I love it. I had a good time. I would recommend, if you have an opportunity to go somewhere, like, it doesn't matter where it is, just anywhere, go, take the trip, because it's awesome. I'm a big travel aficionado. That's not right either, but we'll go with it. I love traveling. It's like a big passion of mine. I love like going out and seeing a bunch of stuff, so I love it. But this has been really, really cool. And it's honestly been been a good minute since I went, so it's been good to see this again. It's kind of like rejuvenating seeing it in real time. But yeah, this is Haiti. I'm not going to show you the walk back because it was... Okay, I kept this part in because I thought this part was really pretty and I wanted to show you the pretty water since I didn't go in the ocean. And look how pretty the boat is. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. So now I'm gonna flash us forward here a minute or two. Let's jump. Okay, hold on, we've got one more good jump here in a minute, but until then, this was so cool. Oh my gosh, I wish I would have taken a panoramic shot of this, but that's so like grandma of me to take a panoramic, I feel like. But look how pretty. You can tell me if I looped that for like 40 hours. You could put like random noise behind it. This is me being a doofus, as per. You guys should expect that at this point. Nothing new there. But that was like so. Some of this footage is so just like, my goodness. You could put it on a stock photo and have a grand time. That's my new career. I'm gonna sell stock photos. I've seen people do that, or like talk about doing that online and stuff, like selling stock photos. Apparently there's some money in it. We've gone so far off course. So far off course. Okay, look at that ledge right there. It's gonna go away pretty quickly. How cool would it be to stand on that? That's so cool. I would love to be able to stand there. It's crew mess only. Okay, now we're about to take another jump, and boom. Now we're in Jamaica. This is the next day, I believe. We're in Jamaica now. And boom. We're walking around in Jamaica now. Jamaica was gorgeous. Another very, very warm day, but gorgeous nonetheless. So, this is like the inside portion. Again, this is also kind of like barricaded off from like the actual area. But while I do this, because I don't know if I should tell you this, but I'm gonna tell you this anyways. We got some alcohol while we were here and we brought it back, and we also got coffee. And there was a woman over, and like you have to go back through like TSA every time you leave a country, right? So we leave the country and we go back onto like the island. Oh, hold on, pause that story. This guy is carving that wood with glass, broken glass. He carved that with broken glass. Are you kidding me? How cool is that? Shout out to the true innovators, because that's awesome, bro. Anyways, we went to, and so she was like, go over here. So I went over there and I waited because I had 2 bottles of alcohol and 2 things of coffee, and I also had a thing of spices and that thing of extract, and I thought they were going to take it all from me, but in reality I stood there for 10 minutes and no one ever said anything. So I walked through, and then my dad also had alcohol on him too, and he was like, she told him to go stand where I was standing, and he looked at me and I was like waving him through, and we just walked onto the boat with alcohol because they don't check you again. I mean, I don't know, we didn't drink it or anything. We didn't drink it. I don't even think it's still been consumed, actually. But like, are we kidding? How fancy. I felt like a lawbreaker, but I also felt so cool. Don't break laws, it's not funny, but I was like, what is going on? I've never had that happen to me before. So this was like a flower garden. I'm not gonna get too into the I am so glad we came here. These flowers were so pretty, and we were, family had to do some family stuff over there, so I was over here just filming flowers. It was pretty cool. Keeping everyone else occupied, watching me look like a doofus filming close-up flowers. Now, here's another boom change. I am not a fit check girl. I don't do fit checks. I've never done a fit check online, but I put this fit together because they had a Caribbean night. It was a themed night. Every dinner, most dinners were themed, and it was Caribbean themed, and I was so proud of that fit. I love that fit. I will be wearing it again. We were up here because my husband was doing the rock wall, and he wanted to look at it, so it was really pretty over there. And now, boom, now we are, oh my god, where were we? Grand Turk, or no, Grand Cayman, am I right? Oh my god, is that wrong? Oh, I don't, no, that's right, Grand Cayman. So you have to be, tendered in, which is where obviously a smaller boat goes to the much larger boat and then picks them up and then takes them to the shore. So, if you ever wonder what boat I was on, Freedom of the Seas, that's it right there. I don't know if I've shown that in anything else, but I was trying my best to show in this, I'll show you in just a second, but I was trying my best to show. We got on a van and we went into the town because due to storms and bad weather, they couldn't dock where they normally would dock. So, yeah, and I've been to Grand Cayman before, and when we went last time, we did a dive with stingrays, so like we can swim with them. That was awesome, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of freaked me out, but it was a really cool experience. So Grand Cayman is where the money is, honey. The money is in Grand Cayman, but believe me. So we went over there and we had to take a little, like a van over there, and our van ride on the way down there was so funny. The people that we rode with were hilarious. It was such a good experience and I really enjoyed it. This is where I got the perfumes, the duty-free perfumes, the Gucci and the Valentino Born in Roma Coral Fantasy, because they're tax-free basically, which by the way is not a good like economical choice. Just because it's tax-free doesn't mean it was free or anything. It still is kind of expensive, but it was tax-free expensive, which I will take. So I am about to show you, we're now clearly on the water, and in about 2 seconds we're gonna be in a van. Boom, we're in a van. I was sitting basically on top of the door. So this is all of the video, the quality video. For that reason, I am going to cut a lot of our drive down there out, just because this is the best kind of video I could get, because I was filming through such a small window. So we are gonna cut a lot of my drive down, and just like that, we're off the thing and we're back to like the main area. This area is so gorgeous and I loved coming here. We've been here before. It was really pretty. And we just walked around out here. We walked down here for a good while though, but it was just beautiful. Are you kidding? I try to keep my family out of the shots, but they just love putting the sides of their faces in my camera. We went and got gelato. This ice cream was the bomb. I know gelato in Grand Cayman's kind of weird, but it was so good and the woman was so sweet. Look at that rooster. Are you kidding me? He was eyeing me up for a minute. I said pose and he said he hit me with a Vogue. Are you kidding me? The rooster Vogue was crazy. I wanted this dog so bad. I made my husband stand in front of me so it looked like I was taking his. My husband wound up buying a coconut while we were waiting to leave. This is my stuff. Kirk Freeport is the store I got the stuff from. If you're wondering what's in my hand there, it is the camera case. And we're just sitting in the van at this point waiting to leave. That's the type of van we were in, like a Sprinter van basically. Really cool. Obviously they drive on the left side of the road, or the right side, I'm sorry. They have the passenger sides on the right side, because they're a British territory entity, I don't know. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, they were obviously doing remodeling and stuff. Now on the way back, I got a window seat, and it was not the greatest because the film was a little janky, but it was much better on the way there than on the way back. So at least I could show you that. This area is gorgeous. It's beautiful. And the woman that was driving was telling us just like so many good things about it, and she was saying that like they don't have a whole lot of taxes, so like the cost of living's pretty low, and like people make decent money. There's an airport on the other side. You should see that in this video, maybe if I film it, I'm not sure. She said there are a lot of people with a lot of money that live there, and you can really nice area, and I'm not gonna lie, I know obviously when you're a tourist you meet the kind of people that interact with tourists, but normally they're not always nice. This time around, I don't feel like I ran into a single mean person, and especially not in Grand Cayman. They were the nicest people. It was awesome. Even the people at the perfume store. I will say, at the perfume store, I feel like they really didn't take us seriously until I walked up with like multiple $100s worth of stuff. Like, I walked up with like almost $400 worth of stuff, and then that was when she was like, oh, well, what about this, and it's good to see you, and all this stuff. Which, that's just like Sephora here. Everybody wants to make sure they're gonna make a sale, right? Like, no shade, it's fine, I get it. But especially because like I always rock up somewhere with like jeans and a t-shirt, or like sweatpants or leggings or shorts or something, so I'm not ever dressed like I could spend money. Not that I like have money to spend, but I still spend it regardless. That's a terrible life lesson. Don't do that, don't listen to me. But yeah, this is just the way out here. It's really, really gorgeous. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I'm not going to ramble on so long that there's no footage left to show you. But yeah, it was really, really pretty. I will say, I don't feel like I filmed a whole lot of the boat after we started going, like, to these places. So, like, we still had a couple of days after this day was over, and I don't feel like there's a whole lot of footage of that. And the only reason for that is because on the boat, I was with my family a lot, obviously, and in doing that, and, like, I've always told you guys I don't film us doing like certain things because I think that's not smart and not safe, so I don't do that. But also, I was just trying to be in the moment as much as possible, you know. I feel like as I get older, the more I realize, like, you never know when your last day is gonna be, so try to live in the moment as much as possible. That's my mantra these days. But enough of that. I mean, it's just, I say, not just so beautiful, like, it's so pretty. I will say, people drive very much like they do in a lot of other countries I've been to, which is reckless. Just kind of like, I'm so sorry, you can hear my neighbor yelling. They just kind of let you do what you do, and that's the airport right there where I'm filming at. That's the airport. So that was pretty cool. And yeah. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. How unprofessional. But yeah, I thought this was a really good experience, and I did a lot of stuff, just me and my husband this time, because like my parents don't love getting off the boat for like a super long time, because they don't really like to do like adventurous-ish things, like outdoory things and stuff like that. Plus it was hot, and so like, and they would like lose interest, which is very valid. But I stayed with my husband this time, and so kind of got to see more, which was pretty cool. I walked an absolute shit ton. I cannot tell you how, I think I walked almost 30 miles that week. I work in an office job, okay? From walking very little to 30 miles in a week is ridiculous. Now, a lot of those steps were obviously on the boat, even though we did a lot of walking off the boat as well. Obviously, when you're on a boat for multiple days and you can't get off, you're walking everywhere. So that is one thing I like about vacationing the way that we do it, is that normally you get a lot of steps in, which is pretty cool. We are starting to come to the end of this video, so I do want to say right here, right now, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm so sorry it took so long to finish the video of this trip. I hope it was worth it. I hope you got to see cool stuff you wanted to see. I loved this video, but I filmed it and I went on the trip, so there you go. But thank you guys so much for always supporting everything I do. I think you guys are amazing, and I adore you. I want to do more vlogging of my daily life. I also want to get back to filming my normal like speaking videos, because I had another channel that I didn't post on anymore. If I ever go back to that, I will link it in the description. But to like when I think about it, made this trip so much more fun. Like I was afraid that like trying to gather content would be like a chore, but even just carrying my camera around was just so much fun. Having that camera has really inspired me, so hopefully more things like this to come. But thank you guys so much for watching this. I don't even know what our last clip is gonna be. I'm intrigued here. Oh, okay, yes I do. We're going back to the port and there's the boat. And let's just pretend I am still on the boat because there's no footage of me going home, so let's just pretend I'm still there. I love you guys. I hope you had a great night and I hope you have a great day.